It was okay. I mean, I think got some work done. I mean, they had a couple of days off, so the energy was pretty good. But we got a lot of work to do. I mean, we're still, not executing as well offensively at times as we need to. But the guys are working hard.
How much do you ramp up things now that you're kind of into the actual kind of?
Well, I would hope you'd ramp it up every time you practice, so it shouldn't be no different. And normally, the first few days of when school starts is a little bit more difficult at times because they're still getting adjusted to classes, whatever. But I don't, I had yesterday off, they had Sunday off, so we should be ready to go.
Do you have a particular message that you give them about school once school gets started?
Well, there's obviously class attendance is mandatory. We want them to not just attend class, but pay attention in class, be engaged in class. Obviously, the distractions, the social life and all that stuff. They got to stay focused on their studies and on football. It's pretty simple.
You have that 105 player limit, I guess, during training camp. Is that lifted now?
Yeah, we're at the 120.
Okay.
And I wish we could have 130. I like having a lot of guys, because it makes practice better. We have good scout teams, and even some of the guys that weren't in the 105 still have a chance to help us this year at times. So, and we've had guys that have done that. They've come when school started and worked their way up the depth chart.
Go ahead.
What's the story behind how you guys found Gary Brightwell over in Baltimore? I mean, you don't really go in that area that often.
No, we don't. We've recruited a little bit in the past, but it's one of those situations where if a guy, no matter where he is, if he has an interest and he will visit, make a visit, either officially or unofficially, then we got to recruit him. And he was a talented guy, and he came on a visit, and I just loved. I thought when we signed him, I think we got one here, and he's been everything we thought and more. We thought more of a running back than receiver, but he's come here and tried to learn slot position and learned it really well. And so that's his primary position now, but he'll also play some running back down the road.
Is he one of those guys that you're kind of happy to find out doesn't have that many offers? Then you don't.
I don't even know at the time. I don't even remember how many he had or didn't have. It really doesn't matter to us. I think it does matter because you got to know who you got to beat to get him. But when we thought about this guy's a really good player, and then you see him in person, he's even bigger physically than you saw on film, and then he's bigger now. He's done a great job in the summer with the strength catches. So. And he's an aggressive guy. That's why he'll be on a lot of special teams too.
Can you talk about the new offensive lineman from Michigan State?
I don't know. Is he in yet? I think Thiyo.
To practice yet, but
he's not cleared to. Yeah, Thiyo. He's going to walk on now this semester, and while we wait, getting cleared, and hopefully we'll be able to put him on scholarship later, and he'll be on the scout team in red shirt. And he's a big athletic guy. We'll see what happens.
Was Chris Singletary kind of instrumental in getting him here because he recruited him or knew him? Or?
No, I think he knew of him. I don't remember exactly how that whole thing got started with that. I knew he was going to originally attend Arizona Western, and so he was going to be helping to sit out no matter where he went, other than a junior college. So we thought, okay, it's a big guy, he's going to walk on, pay his own way, and prove himself. And I think he's got a chance to, like I said, he can help us in the future.
Is that a position where you need to add guys for the future?
We do, yeah. We got to get, O-line and D-line has always seen, every coach will tell you, probably the hardest positions to recruit. And especially, I think, on the West Coast, maybe it's even more difficult to find those big guys on both sides. And so that's a position of need for us every year, but in particular this year on the O-line, D-line.
How much did you guys have to kind of get to know him? Because he's talked about maybe he lost the love for the game for a little bit, and that's something.
Yeah, and that was the major question for us. That hey, you gotta want it, and you gotta love the game, and I think by walking on and proving himself and being on the scout team all year, that'll show it. So that's his opportunity.
Have you started your scout team work?
Yeah, we started today.
Today.
Yeah, we started today. We have the numbers now when school started, a few more extra guys, and we're only doing about 20 minutes of practice with the scout team work, 20 to 25 minutes, and that'll increase as the week goes on.
So are there ever guys who maybe don't expect to end up on the scout team who do, and do you have to kind of deal with their disappointment or?
Oh, sure. I'm sure there's a lot of them are that way. I mean, I hope their competitiveness wants them to say, I'm going to just be on the scout team now move up later, or they're freshmen and know they're not ready physically or mentally. But I hope their competitiveness gets in the point that, hey, they don't want to be on the scout team. But, being on the scout team is not the worst thing of all. It doesn't mean you're going to have a chance to play. I mean, we all did it. I did it for a year when I was in college. I mean, it's an opportunity to still play and prove yourself.
What was your takeaway from after you watched the film of the scrimmage the other day?
About what I thought that the defensive intensity was good. Our offensive assignment-wise wasn't as bad as I thought. I thought, we had some mistakes, but they did some neat stuff defensively, and we had a few mistakes here and there, but it wasn't as bad mistake-wise as maybe I thought at the initial time. And the effort was pretty good, so it wasn't all bad. But we got a lot in on offense, and we'll put a lot on the quarterbacks, but we'll continue to do that all week.
What did you think of Brandon's performance specifically in the scrimmage?
He was solid. I think there were some things we wanted back and some easy things that he would normally get, but he's getting better, and I'm gonna keep putting pressure on him because I think he can be. I think he can be really, really good. Not just good, but really good, and as I do some of those other guys.
What are some of the factors you consider when you try to figure out who the number 3 quarterback will be this year, assuming...
I don't even put it in, I don't look right now like into the label, who's 1, 2, or 3. I'm just like, okay, who can we win with and who's not ready to win with? And if it's 2, or hopefully there's at least 3 guys we feel we can win with. So I don't kind of look at label who's 1, 2, or 3 until we get to game time or game, the day before the game or something like that.
I guess my question is, do you just look at talent for that spot, or do you look at
who's the
sort of
best
like
one?
Who can play in a game?
No,
Do you look at
who can help get this team in the end zone.
That's it.
It's pretty simple. Who can help score points and get the team in the end zone. Everything else doesn't really matter.